What is going on, guys? We're here in the studio today, and we're going to film the intro to this episode right here. Here we go. All right. So we are in season 2, music and adventure. Now, to recap, we've done some crazy stuff, and there's some more crazy stuff that's going to happen. Not today, but in the future. So we've done some mountain biking, we've done some motorcycling, we've done some rafting, horseback riding. We went to iFly. Man, we have upped the ante this season. Now we're going to up the ante even more. This story is real. It's about me, and it's about relationships. So I was a single father for a long time, and I lived in this little two-bedroom apartment with my daughter. And many times I'd have my studio in the front room, and I'm working on stuff there. And then I was always dreaming about finding a house in a space like this. It was always wishing and hoping that one day I could realize this dream and I could utilize this space for music. And so that happened for me. All the dreaming, all the planning, all the hard work, it finally happened. I finally bought a house in a neighborhood. But that's a different story for a different day. And if you see my most recent post, you see what kind of neighborhood it is. But I digress. We keep it moving. So I finally buy this house a couple years ago, and I move in, and I'm trying to get the studio ready. I wonder if I got pictures of I'm going to try to find some pictures of what the studio used to look like before it looked like this. So I move in, and I'm excited about doing these videos and writing great music and collabing with artists and having bands over and just helping them kind of get their ideas out and helping me get my ideas out. And I started to build this really close friendship with a woman, and things were going good. And I think in my mind, once again, I built up this situation. And as time went on, I began to say, what is this person bringing to the table? Are they adding value to my life? And I think I built so much up in my head with this person that I didn't really see that this person wasn't bringing anything to the table. Matter of fact, this person was slowly pulling me away from the things that were truly most important, and that's purpose, right? So I knew I had to do something. And it was a painful situation. It was one of those situations where I felt like if I don't make a change now, if I don't do something now, I could be miserable in a couple years. And knowing who I am and knowing how I operate, I don't really play those games. I would much rather deal with the stuff now than deal with it 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road. So that's what I did. I took my attention away and I began to focus on this musical that had just fallen into my lap. Now, I hadn't done a musical probably in, golly, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 years. It had been a long time. So my confidence level for doing musical was very, very, it wasn't very high. But the cool thing about this musical was that it was called Sideshow. And the people in the cast were called freaks, right? They were the undesirables. And they used their freakish nature to entertain the world. And the character that I played was a bodyguard. He was a black bodyguard. And this play was, turn of the century. when carnivals will go from place to place to entertain folks. And so my character, a black bodyguard, silent and quiet, you didn't ever know what he was thinking. He fell in love with one of the main cast members. And if you've never seen this musical, you need to check it out. And once he admitted to her that he loved her, which guys, whatever. Once he admitted it, she rejected him. Now, it wasn't turn of the century. That could have killed him. That could have got him dead, hung. It was just a no-no. Mixed racing was just a no-no. And so that devastated. And the song he sang, which you're going to see here shortly, is called You Should Be Loved. And in this song, he's talking about how, on the surface, he's talking about how you should be loved. In reality, he's really talking about how he should be loved, how we all should be loved. And so that message comes full circle today. Like, I turn on the media, I turn on the TV, and I see social media, and I'm just like, the element that everything is missing is you should be loved. Forget the flag, forget the police brutality, forget the optics and the details of everything. It all comes down to two concepts in my mind: peace and love. That's what this channel is all about. That's what me as a musician is all about. Peace. Well, we want peace, right? Internal peace to pursue the life that we choose for ourselves, whatever life that is. Peace to do that. And then love to share that with the world, right? And that might be very idealistic, very artistic of me, but at the end of the day, if we step back for 1 second, stop shouting at each other through social media, and we just said, what would it be like if we just loved one another? So we wouldn't put our agenda ahead of others, right? Just like that relationship I was in, her agenda was ahead of my agenda, our agenda, right? Social media, someone's agenda is ahead of someone else's agenda. Instead of thinking that way, what if we just said, I'm just going to love you. Maybe I don't understand and get every detail of everything that's happening. But what if I just come at you with peace in my heart and I just show you love? How would that radically change the scope of where we're at? Take a look at the video. Leave your comments. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for telling me you want more music. We will see you next week. Peace and love.
This is between us.
I want your happiness more than anything, but I don't trust this.
What do you know about it?
I know plenty. I know how someone should love you.
And how is that?
You should be loved by someone who knows you, wants you to blossom, always is true. You should be cherished like the first sign of springtime. You should be loved. You should be loved with constant devotion, heart I can make you happy.
The world won't let you.
I don't care about them, only you with love in your eyes above the whispers and challenge the power to pain. Make the best of a bad circumstance if you give me a chance.
I want to be like everyone else. I couldn't bear what they would say if I loved that way. I'm sorry, Jake. I love Bunny.
One of these days you will look back and shake. You'll be alone and you know you're to blame. You will regret how you pushed love aside when you're married to nothing and you're meant for rewind. Loved by someone who wants you, tries to protect you, always comes through. Should have chosen the one who supports you, always supports you, whatever you do. Yes, you should be loved in the way I love you.
Oh,